Okay, I'm recording this video after close of trade Monday, 7th of June 2010, and the market closed down almost 20 points today, and we ended up below the magic 1050 level, which is an extremely important support level from my perspective. And I put up a video on the weekend just saying that I didn't see an end in sight in terms of a lot of kind of related markets to the equities markets, and I think we're still going to get some weakness kind of going forward. Having said that, though, there were a number of kind of no supply signals that came up on some of those related markets, so we might be seeing just a little bit of a pause in this downtrend tomorrow. But let me just recap these charts. This is the daily chart. Here we are down today. We're coming up to this cyclical turn on this time frame. It's actually already crossed on the at ES contract, which is the day and the night session. We're a little bit late here just because the move is so strong. You know, when we start these cyclical moves kind of early, it just means that the cyclical energy is strong, and the we're going to move to the downside in terms of the cyclical energy changing from being bullish, or a positive bias that we had during this pullback, into a negative energy. And because we're close to this kind of 1050 level, likely to see a breakthrough of that. Having said that, we might get a little bit of a bounce tomorrow, Tuesday, but you can see here I'm waiting for an exhaustion selling signal before this move is over. And on this time frame, on the daily time frame, we're not close to that yet. If I just back up to the weekly chart, this for me is where this trend move is going to be over this downtrend move. When we get a cyclical cross on these time frames, that's what I'm going to be looking for. And then if I just come down to the 135-minute chart, which I've been talking about, we're below this cyclical support level. We're below cyclical support levels in a downtrend in a range of different time frames. And you can see here, this is kind of the types of levels that we need to see in terms of exhaustion selling. This is the last time that we got an exhaustion selling signal on this particular time frame, and we're getting close to those levels. We might see it tomorrow if we break through 1050, and the market starts to tank. We'll start to see those kind of levels, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Just going to show you the 40,000. I beg your pardon. Yep, here we go. This is the 40,500 tip bar chart. And this is the types of exhaustion levels that we need to be seeing. So on the upside here, a week and a half ago, the upside signal here was up at about 95,000 on this time frame, and we're getting close. We're at negative 80,000 here, and you can see the professionals have stepped in at the end of the close on Monday with profit taking. So on this downside, they're kind of stepping in there with the professional blue bars, stopping volume and profit taking volume patterns there. And we're getting close to this type of exhaustion selling level here. We've also got some end of trend warning signals. So I am expecting a little bit of a bounce on Tuesday morning, but I don't think the downtrend is over. So that's kind of the bigger picture. But what I want to talk about, just thought it'd be useful just to zero in on today's trade and just show you the high that was marked at 1070 today here and what was going on. There was a beautiful setup, and I just want to walk you through that trade because it marked the high for the day and was a really good instruction in kind of head and shoulders patterns. You can see this is the close on Friday, and this was the overnight session opening up on Sunday afternoon into Sunday night in the US. We came close to the 1050 level down here. This, I think, the low reached about 1052. We bounced from there, and then coming into the open, you can see all the professional profit taking here coming up to this 1070 level, stopping volume patterns, profit taking volume patterns, and up professional bars here, and bearish divergence, signaling that the professionals were finding that level is a good place to kind of enter and go short. We kind of bounced hard after the first 10 minutes of the open, and then after about 40 minutes we reached this high point at 1070. Professionals come back in there. You can see there's a professional blue bar up at those highs, the first professional bar that we saw on this rise up, and they start to reverse go short. We move down again, and every time we come back in above 1065, this next move back in, you can see there's the professional blue bars up at these highs. We have a very weak bearish divergence signal here at this cyclical turn, and then the market just kind of takes off. And then if I back down to the 1500 tip bar chart, you can see again this move up about 9:10, so after about 40 minutes in the trade. For me, the professional bars on the 1500 tip bar charts are really helpful because they're the first place that I look for an entry point after the open of the day. And you can see the first time that we broke above a professional blue down bar on this down move was here, right on the lows at 1060. Each of these professional blue down bars were showing the professionals were getting interested, but the highs of those professional blue bars were not broken. We had a little bit of a break here, but we hadn't had our exhaustion selling at that point. So we have our exhaustion selling, and then the market takes off to the upside. And then we took a long time to make this top, probably about 20 minutes to make this top. We'd had our exhaustion buying on the upside. We finish off with another exhaustion buying signal here, and then this right hand shoulder on this head and shoulder move was a very weak bearish divergence signal, and then we kind of fell away. So if I back down to the 500 tick bar chart, we can see this in a little bit more detail. So this is this move, the high made at 9:10 in the morning. First thing we get is our end of trend warning signal. Here's our second cyclical turn after the end of trend warning signal. I keep on talking about this as being really important places for trend change moves. And then we get another cyclical turning point after that one, and then the downtrend really gets going with some vigor. And what I'm just going to talk about is just revisit this head and shoulders pattern. So the first shoulder is being made by the end of trend warning signal. The head is being made by the second cyclical turn after the end of trend warning signal. And then the right hand shoulder is being made with the cyclical turn that comes after that peak and the head move there. And you can see that as we roll through on the right hand side here after the head pattern is formed, we have bearish divergence signals at these points. And what's important is coming into these new highs here, we have professional up bars. So professionals are starting to take profits as we move in here. Here's another couple kind of professional blue bars, 1, 2, and 3 coming into this cyclical turning point, and then 1, 2, another 2 coming into this cyclical turning point, and then this last shoulder pattern that you can see here, this is being led by the amateurs with yellow amateur bars. We had a Rambo pattern, amateurs kind of leading the charge up into this high and this high here and these highs here. So all these amateurs are buying these new highs. They'll get wrong-footed as the move kind of rolls over and moves the other way. And this is the final kind of signal as the amateurs are saying, oh my God, you know, this thing is actually going up. I need to get on board. And of course, no, it kind of rolls over and goes the other way. It took quite a long time. It took about 20 minutes for this whole move to kind of develop. And when we get a large amount, you know, profit taken by professionals and getting short over this kind of long time span, what I tend to find is that the moves that come out of that are very strong moves, because it's taken a long time to take profits and reverse and go short. That means that if we have any kind of counter trend moves, it's going to take a long time for those to roll over. And you can see, if we look at the 4,500 tip bar chart, that was the high for the day, ended up being, you know, a strong trend move down over 10 points. We came up to retest again, didn't reach that 1070 level again, and then we rolled over and had an even stronger down move into the close. So just revisiting this head and shoulders pattern and the importance of looking at the cycle patterns that you can see using the better sine wave. So end of trend warning signals, second cyclical turn, and then a third cyclical turn, and then looking at the professional and amateur patterns that kind of go into those things. And you know, we knew that was going to be a significant turning point, because that was the 4,500 tip bar chart, the highest time frame chart, and it was a cycle turning point. It was professional blue bars. You know, going into that point, we've had our exhaustion buying on the 1,500 tick bar chart coming into that move, and so we knew that was going to be a place where the professionals were logically going to take profits and go short. So there we go. I am expecting a little bit of a bounce on Tuesday morning, just because, you know, look at this highest time frame chart. We've had professionals come in. We've had quite a lot of selling on the downside. I don't think the downtrend is over. I think the 1050 level is going to get breached, and we're going to see that cyclical cross on the weekly time frames being where this move kind of eventually comes to an end. And don't forget, on the 40,500 tip bar chart, we're in a downtrend. We're below cyclical support here at 1080. We broke through that level, and we've yet to see a pullback and an end of trend warning signal on this time frame. So, you know, there's going to be shorting opportunities kind of going forward. It's just a question of, you know, timing the entries of those quite nicely. Anyway, so I hope your trading is going well. I'm also going to put a request out on the site. I need a couple of beta testers for Ninja 7, so I'll put the details of that on the website, and hopefully I'll get a couple of volunteers that can help me with something on Ninja Trader.